I would like to call Joey Perini to the stand.
Mr. Joey Perini, please take the stand. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated. State your name and occupation.
Joey Perini. I'm an ambulance driver.
Mr. Perini, you were at one time employed at the arena, were you not?
Yeah.
Now, what did you do at the arena?
Oh, I did a little bit of everything. Setting up, bartending, dealing.
What was your main function?
Well, right before I left, mainly I was dealing.
So you were actually working in the casino area of the arena most of the time?
That's right.
Did you ever see Mr. Colton gambling at the arena?
Objection, Your Honor. It has already been established that I gambled at the club. I do not see the purpose in counsel asking this question.
I withdraw the question. Mr. Perini, in your capacity as a dealer, were you ever asked to do anything out of the ordinary?
Yeah?
Please, tell us what that was.
Well, when Jordan Scott took me on, he told me that from time to time I would have to throw a card game just to keep a customer happy.
Were you asked to do that often?
No, but I know several dealers who were.
Were you ever asked to do it yourself?
Yeah, once.
Do you recall the name of the person for whom you were asked to throw the game?
Yes.
Would you please tell the court who that person was?
Zachary Colton.
Thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Colton, do you wish to cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor, I certainly do.
Hello, Sandy.
Hi, Cecile.
Have you seen Mac at all?
Yeah, he went over to your place.
My place? What for?
Well, to see Jamie. Jamie got out of the hospital today.
Jamie was released from the hospital. When?
Well, I don't know. I guess a short time ago.
Nobody told me about this.
They didn't. It's kind of strange, isn't it?
Yes. You wouldn't happen to know why Mac was looking for Jamie, would you?
Yeah, he wanted to talk to him.
About what?
I don't know. I think he was just concerned about him. Wanted to see how he was doing.
Oh, Sandy, I don't know what I'm going to do.
What do you mean, Cecile?
Well, Jamie's going to be very upset.
Why?
Well, I wasn't there when he got out of the hospital. He'll be angry. I just don't know what he's going to do. I'm scared, Sandy.
Jamie,
Mac.
I went by the hospital. Russ said you'd been released. Why didn't you tell anybody?
Well, I kind of wanted some time alone before I saw anyone.
You look all rested now.
Well, I should be. There's not much else to do there. Hospitals aren't exactly known for their social activities.
No, they aren't. Hey, I'm so glad you're home.
You.
Oh, I can't tell you how glad I am to see you
It's
back
good
on
to
your
see
feet
you.
again.
Well, listen, let's get out of this mess here. How about out in the terrace there?
All right. Have you called Cecile and told her that you're home yet?
No, I kind of wanted to surprise her, but from the looks of this place, she hasn't been staying here.
Well, no, that's right. Actually, she's been over at the house with me.
Oh. Well, at least she wasn't alone while I was in the hospital.
She'll sure be glad you're back home again. She was terribly worried about you.
Yeah, I know.
So, how are you?
Great.
Really?
Really? Mac.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of time to think while I was laying there in that hospital bed.
Yeah, what about?
About what happened the night at the party.
So,
Mac, I really believe that I didn't take anything that night.
Jamie. Russ says...
Yeah, I know. I know there were drugs in my system. They found several different kinds. But I didn't take them myself, Mac.
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
I think someone gave them to me.
How? When?
At the party. In my drinks. It's the only way it could have been done.
You don't think you could just have forgotten that you took them?
No. I didn't just forget. Mac, I've been over that night again and again. Now, I know I didn't take anything that night, nor have I taken anything over the past 2 months.
Right.
I've been off them clean.
All right, calm down. It's okay. Don't get so excited about it.
I'm not just looking to make excuses for my behavior.
I don't believe that you are. I believe you.
Do you?
Yes, of course I do. I mean, it's just incredible to me that somebody would want to drug you, though.
Well, I know it is, but Mac, it's the only explanation I can think of.
But why would anybody want to give you drugs?
I don't know.
I mean, more importantly, who would have a reason to do it?
I don't think you have anything to be worried about, Cecile.
You know how strangely he's been acting lately. I mean, any little thing could upset him.
Yeah, but they wouldn't let him out of the hospital if he wasn't all right.
And why didn't he call me to tell me?
He probably wanted to go home first, get things straightened out, sort things out for himself.
What things?
I don't know, what's been going on the past couple of months with him.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, thank you, Sandy.
For what?
For everything you've done for me, for Jamie and me.
Hey, Cecile, I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. You were here when I needed someone to talk to, and you really helped Jamie here a great deal. I just don't know how I can repay you, Sandy.
Hey, look, what are friends for, right? I just want you to feel you can always come to me. I like Jamie a lot, and I want to do whatever I can for both of you.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. Well, I'm going to go back to Max and pick up my things before I go to the house. Maybe I'll see you there.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, by the way, Liz told me that she had a very strange phone call about you this morning.
About me?
Yeah, someone wanted to know if you worked here and what your hours were.
What did Liz tell him?
It was a woman. Liz said we just didn't give that information out.
Yeah, well, it's probably just another one of those reporters after another story about my infamous past.
Probably.
Yeah. Liz, yeah, is the car back yet? Oh, yeah, well, let me know when it does, okay? Yeah, I've got to go someplace this afternoon. All right, thanks.
Now, Mr. Perini, as a dealer at the arena, you had occasion to deal cards for me, is that correct?
Yeah.
Did you ever at any time deliberately throw a game for me?
No.
Did you ever personally see anyone throw a game for me?
No, but I...
Thank you. No further questions.
You may step down, Mr. Bruni.
I've tried over and over again to think of who might have had something to gain by doing it, but I can't think of anyone.
Look, Jamie, I know I asked you this just a minute ago, but Russ does say it's possible for you to have taken the drugs and not remember it because the drugs can change the mind,
No, Mac. I know I didn't take anything that night. Now I know it. Or at least I don't think I did. Mac, I'm not crazy. Now, really. Mac, now you've got to believe me. I didn't take anything.
All right, Jamie, if you say so.
Don't treat me like this.
Treat you like what?
Like I'm crazy.
I don't think you are crazy.
But you're not sure, are you?
I think you should take that long rest we talked about, that's all. And I think you should take as much time as you need. As to whether you yourself took the drugs or not, I think that's going to be clear to you in time.
Please, Mac, don't humor me.
I'm not humoring you, Jamie. I want what's best for you.
Yeah. Sure.
Is there any way I can help before I go?
No. I'll be okay. I'll be all right.
Are you sure? I can stay longer.
No, I'll be okay. You can go.
I'll be talking to you.
Sure, Mac.
The car still isn't back? Yeah, okay. Right, thanks. Listen, Liz, be sure and let me know, okay? Right. Yeah.
Anybody home?
Hey, buddy, good to see you again. Come on in. Listen, can I get you anything?
No thanks. Look, I just came by to find out how you're doing since you testified.
Well, it's a little tough on the old ego sometimes.
What do you mean?
Well, I kind of get the cold shoulder from some of the people around here. But that's nothing I can't handle, you know. So what about yourself?
Things are okay.
Yeah, you sound real enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, well, I guess I've had better days.
Say, listen, what's this I hear about you quitting Brian's firm?
Yeah, I left the other day.
How come?
Well, I guess I couldn't separate my professional life from my personal life.
Does that mean you're still in love with Blaine?
No, for a time I thought I was.
Listen, Jerry. You know, Blaine did what she had to do to protect you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I kind of knew that she didn't really love me, but it just never occurred to me that she was using me. I mean, maybe I didn't want to think about it.
So you don't think there's a chance for you two, huh?
No, I don't think so. It's too late. Look, I couldn't go through something like that again.
She really needs you now, Jerry.
No, she doesn't need me. I mean, she's got her family and friends. What's more important, I don't need her, not in my life, not anymore.
So, have you given any thought to what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, well, I've got to find something. I mean, it's, I really need to get my personal life back in order. I keep thinking about the past year and... Hey, look, you've got work to do, huh?
Oh, no, you don't. No, you're not rushing off. You don't need to run away. So, Jerry, let me ask you something personal.
Well, sure.
What about Kit? I mean, I know that you two had something going before we went on the run. Still any chance of that?
No, I don't think so. I blew that one for sure. I was so involved with Blaine.
You sure about that? I mean, about blowing it?
Well, I don't know.
Look, man, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, you know, but I know one thing. If you want something, you gotta go for it. If you don't, you'll always wonder if maybe you missed out on the best thing you ever had.
Yes, Mr. Bourne, please. Yes, Mr. Bourne, this is Mitch Blake. I'm calling about some camera equipment that I ordered. I'd like to know whether or not there's been any word on whether the credit has been approved or not. I see. May I ask why? No. No, I won't be interested. See, I don't have the cash. That's why I needed the credit. No. No, just cancel the order. Thank you. I'll think of something else.
Hi.
Hello, kid.
Want to come in?
Yeah.
Oh. I'll get you something to drink, some coffee, tea, or beer.
A beer. Sounds fine.
Okay, excuse me. There we go. Well, you want to sit down, or should we stand here and stare at each other?
Well, I guess maybe we should sit down.
Okay. Oh, how are you?
Fine. How are you doing?
Fine. When you called me on the phone, you said you wanted to talk. What about?
Well, I guess I just wanted to see how you were doing.
I'm doing fine. How's Blaine?
Well, I guess she's okay. I haven't seen her in the last few days.
Why not? I thought you were still working on her trial.
No, I left Brian's firm.
You did? Why?
I came to the decision that I didn't want to become a lawyer. I just wasn't what I was cut out for.
I thought you liked practicing law.
Well, I did.
So have you decided what you want to do instead?
Well, I thought I might try to get back in the force.
You mean become a policeman again? You really want to get into that kind of dangerous work?
Well, the only time that it's dangerous is when you're trying to break up a domestic quarrel. Something.
Jerry. Excuse me. Hi, Joey.
Hey, kid.
What are you doing here?
I had to testify at the trial today, and I had some time off. I thought maybe that... Am I interrupting something here?
No, you weren't. How's it going, Joey?
All right, Jerry.
Yeah, well, I heard you say that you testified today.
Yep.
How'd it go?
All right.
Yeah, well, look, I had better be going. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for the beer.
Sure, Jerry.
See you around, Joey.
Okay. Oh, what was he doing here?
Came by to talk.
Talk, what about?
Nothing. Just talk.
Huh.
I think he needed somebody to talk to. He quit Brian's firm.
Yeah? Well, why did he come here to talk to you? Couldn't he talk to somebody else?
What's the matter, Joey?
Matter? Nothing's the matter. I mean, I come here, I had the day off, I wanted to come over, see what you were doing, and I walk in and there's Jerry. I guess I just don't like it.
Why?
Why? Because he hurt you. And I don't know if he's trying to start something up again. I don't want you to get hurt again, that's all.
That's all?
Yeah, that's it. Do you love him?
I don't know.
I guess you don't know. Okay. You still want to go out with me? Or, I don't, you know.
You want to take me?
Come on, let's go.
I'll be right with you. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think we should have a talk.
All right, what about?
Jamie.
Jamie, is something wrong?
I'm just not sure. I think there might be. I just came from talking to him at the penthouse.
He's out of the hospital.
Oh, yes, he was released this morning.
But he didn't tell me.
Apparently, he didn't tell anyone, not even Cecile.
Well, that's strange. How is he?
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about, frankly. I'm terribly worried.
Well, why? I thought he was doing very well.
Well, so did I. But after talking to him, I'm not so sure.
What are you talking about?
Well, Jamie and I were discussing what happened that night at the party. He thinks somebody deliberately drugged him.
Is that possible?
I don't see how it possibly could be. But the disturbing part is he firmly believes this.
Well, why does he think somebody drugged him?
He swears that he didn't take a pill that night, that he hasn't had anything for over 2 months.
And you think he's lying?
No, not lying. I just think drugs do things to the mind. I think it's very possible he simply is no longer able to remember it.
Yes, but what if somebody is trying to drug him?
Oh, how can that be, Rachel? What would they have to gain? I mean, who would do a thing like that?
Well, what are you saying to me?
Well, Russ thinks that Jamie is in serious trouble if he can't remember taking those pills, that he has some kind of bad emotional problem.
Yeah, well, what are we supposed to do then?
Well, I think that one of us should go and have a real good talk with Russ.
Why didn't you tell me you had a visitor? Yes? Cecile?
Philip, do you have a few minutes? I need to talk with you.
Talk with me? That's quite a switch, isn't it?
Look, can we put aside our personal differences here for a while? I need your help.
With what?
With Jamie.
What about him?
Well, he's been in the hospital. He has a drug problem.
Yes, I know.
And now he's out.
And?
And I'm very worried about him.
Cecile, I don't know what you're getting at.
Philip, look, you've been a good friend to Jamie, and I really appreciate that.
I like Jamie, and I also think he's very talented.
Yes, he is. But I don't think he knows that anymore. He just doesn't have any more self-confidence. I think that's the reason he started having the drug problem in the first place.
Cecile, wait a minute. You want to help me out here? I'm having a little trouble with this.
With what?
Your sudden concern for Jamie, that isn't at all like you.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, of course you know what I mean. I know you, Cecile. I know what's important to you. It's money and power. That's something you think Jamie has. That's the only reason for this concern.
That just is not true.
Isn't it?
Look, Philip, you can think whatever you want. That's your right. But maybe it's also partly your fault.
My fault?
Oh, how quickly we forget.
Forget what?
You hurt me badly once. You pretended to love me. How do you think I felt when I found out that Iris was paying you to love me?
Cecile, please. We've been over this 1,000 times before. It's true, I was paid, okay? But then everything changed.
Oh, right. Yes. Uh-huh.
That happens to be true. Because I fell in love with you. I honestly and sincerely fell in love with you.
Okay. Then you're admitting that people can change.
Well, of course. It happened to me.
All right, Philip, I'll be honest with you. Maybe at first I was attracted to Jamie because of the money and power.
I never doubted that, Cecile.
But, like you, Philip, I did change. I love Jamie very deeply. I love him more than I ever thought possible.
You're being straight with me.
Would I be putting myself through all of this if I weren't?
All right, then you tell me what I can do.
You can help Jamie during this period. He really needs all the support he can get from his friends.
Of course I'll help him any way I can.
Actually, you already have by letting him write that article. Your encouragement meant a lot to him.
But Cecile, I told you before, he's good.
Then maybe you could suggest he write another article. He needs that kind of involvement now.
I wouldn't be doing any favor for him. He'd be doing a favor for us.
Okay. Thank you.
Wait, Cecile. You really do seem like you're concerned for him.
I am. And it's not just me. It's Matt Corey, too. He is very worried about his son. I think that both of us would do just about anything for Jamie.
Dr. Matthews, would you please explain again what Mr. Colton's medical problem is?
Yes, Mr. Colton suffers from hypertension. He also exhibits definite symptoms of atherosclerosis.
Would you please explain what atherosclerosis is?
Well, very simply put, it's lesions on the walls of the arteries.
Well, how is this malady treated?
Oh, there's several accepted methods of treatment. The attending physician usually will determine which one to use depending on the condition of the patient, the seriousness of the malady.
I see. And how are you treating Mr. Colton?
In Mr. Colton's case, I prescribed the use of Teparin sodium.
And what is the function of this drug?
Teparin sodium is an anticoagulant. It thins the blood.
And how long had you prescribed Teparin sodium for Mr. Colton?
Approximately for a month and a half.
Thank you, Doctor. No further questions.
Dr. Matthews, is Teparin sodium the most common treatment for people with conditions like mine?
No, it is an accepted treatment.
But it is then prescribed for many people who share my symptoms. Is that correct?
Well, it is hardly the most commonly used medication.
Oh, well, does that mean that I am the only person in Bay City who is taking this exotic medication?
No, Mr. Colton, it does not mean that at all. There are others.
How many others?
Well, we were able to locate 6 people here in Bay City who have had Teparin sodium prescribed for them in the past 6 months.
6? That's all?
Yes, that's all.
I mean, you're sure there can't be more?
Well, no, I'm not sure. It is a very closely regulated medication. We were able to find only the 6 names.
What about people who have prescriptions filled outside of Bay City?
I'm sorry, I don't follow you.
Well, I mean, isn't it possible that there are people living in Bay City who have their prescriptions filled outside of Bay City for which there is no record?
Well, yes, I suppose that is possible.
Yes. All right, thank you. No further questions.
You may step down, Dr. Matthews.
Your Honor,
Yes?
may I approach the bench?
For what purpose, Mr. Colton?
Private conference, Your Honor.
Will you join us, Mr. Bancroft?
I would like to request a recess, Your Honor.
Why?
Because I think there's a matter of some importance which Mr. Bancroft and myself and you should discuss before we go any further in this trial.
Very well. We'll meet in my chambers. This court will stand adjourned for 10 minutes.
Rachel didn't tell you I was here because I didn't want to see you.
Is that so?
Yes, that's so. What we're discussing really doesn't concern you.
Well, if it concerns Rachel, I thought it might concern me.
Not in this instance.
Mac is here because, he had a talk with Jamie.
Oh, so?
Well, the talk upset him, and he thought I should know about it.
Well, have you said what you had to say?
Yes, I have.
Is there anything else to say?
No, I guess not.
Well, then I don't guess there's any reason for you to stick around, is there?
No, I suppose there isn't. I should be going anyway.
Thank you, Mac. Thank you for coming over and telling me.
It's quite all right.
Well, now, what was that all about?
Well, I thought I might ask you the same question.
Just a minute.
Sandy. Hey, over here. Well, I heard you were out of the hospital. I thought I'd drop by. Can I come in?
Well, sure. Come on in. Can I get you anything?
No, thanks.
Good to see you.
Hey, same here. Looks like the hospital did you some good.
Yeah, well, if nothing else, I got some rest.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sorry I didn't get by to see you in the hospital, but Cecile said you didn't want to see any visitors. Didn't you?
I don't remember. Maybe I did.
You know, it's kind of strange that Cecile didn't know you were coming home today.
Yeah, well, I really didn't know myself until this morning.
Why didn't you call her?
Well, I kind of wanted to surprise her, but I hear she's staying out at Mac's.
Yeah, she's coming here after work. She's going to stop by Mac's first, pick up her clothes, you know.
Well, I'm glad you stopped by to tell me.
Listen, Jamie, there's something I think you ought to know.
What?
I spent a lot of time with Cecile this past week, and she's pretty scared.
Scared of what?
Well, of you.
She's afraid of me? Why?
Look, I don't think it's you exactly.
Well, then I don't understand.
I think it's more the things that have been happening to you the past few weeks. She just doesn't understand them.
Yeah, well, that makes two of us.
What?
Sandy, you remember the night of the party?
Yeah, real well.
Yeah, well, I don't. At least not the end of it, but... Well, I am sure of one thing.
What's that?
That I didn't take anything that night.
Hey, Jamie, Rick said that...
Yeah, I know what Rick said, okay? I know what Russ said. I know what everybody else said. My system was full of drugs and alcohol. I went into convulsions twice at the hospital. But I'm telling you, I didn't take anything, Sandy.
Jamie, then how did you get so...
I'm not sure.
Wait a minute, Eric. Are you saying that you think somebody did a number on you? That somebody put something in whatever it was you were drinking?
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying.
Who, man? Who would do something like that?
I don't know.
You sure you think that's what happened?
Well, no, I'm not sure. Sandy, I'm not sure of anything right now. But it's the only way I can think it could have happened.
I just can't understand why anyone would want to do something like that.
Well, it would have to be somebody who had something to gain by doing it. But right now, I can't figure out who would have something to gain.
Now, what was it you wanted to discuss, Mr. Colton?
Your Honor, I am tired of Mr. Bancroft's implications that I am somehow connected with the death of Jordan Scott. Now, these are simply delaying tactics. I'm tired of witnesses like Dr. Matthews coming to the stand whose testimony has nothing whatsoever to do with his trial.
Mr. Bancroft, it's not entirely clear to me either what you're intending to prove.
Your Honor, I am trying to enter evidence that would ultimately have a bearing on my client's innocence.
How much longer do you need?
Well, I believe I should be able to conclude my case by tomorrow.
I don't think it'll serve any purpose to go beyond that time. Is that agreeable to you, Mr. Colton?
I fail to see what purpose it serves to continue this line of questioning at all, Your Honor. He's simply trying to smear me, to obscure the facts, to delay the inevitable.
Your Honor, Mr. Colton is mistaken.
Very well. Mr. Colton, I'm going to allow Mr. Bancroft one more day to conclude his case. At which time, gentlemen, I will insist that you be prepared to present your summations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that agreeable, Mr. Colton?
I guess it'll have to be, won't it?
Don't answer my question with another question. Why were you so rude to him?
What can I say? I'm sorry. I had a bad day.
Well, I had a pretty bad day, too. Then Mac comes over and tells me there's something wrong with Jamie, and you practically throw him out of here.
I don't like him coming around. I don't like him being around you. Don't you think he's intruded enough as it is?
Look, you're going to have to understand something. As long as anything's wrong with Jamie, I'm going to be with Mac. I'm going to spend some time with him. That's the way we solve our problems with Jamie. But it doesn't necessarily mean anything's going on between us. You're going to have to understand that.
I'm sorry. Just something's going on that's upset me, that's all.
What upset you?
I'll work it out by myself.
Oh, come on, Mitch. You don't have to do that. I mean, that's why I'm here. That's at least what you've always said
Look,
to me.
I'm not trying to keep anything from you. There's nothing you can do. I'll work it out.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I'm sorry I blew up at you.
It's all right. Both been under so much strain lately. But, Mitch, you've got to understand I love you.
I don't know. I see you with him, and I just get the feeling you haven't let go of him.
I love you.
It helps. The thing with Jamie that's bothering you. You want to talk about it?
Jamie got out of the hospital.
Is that why Mac was here?
No, Mac went over to talk to him at the penthouse. And, apparently Jamie's still got a big problem.
The drugs?
No, not exactly.
What do you mean?
Jamie swears he wasn't on drugs. He thinks that somebody was trying to drug him.
Does Mac believe that?
No, he doesn't.
What do you think?
I don't know what to think. I mean, he's been under an awful lot of strain lately.
Jamie could be right. Somebody could be drugging him.
But why? What would anybody gain by that?
Well, there's one person close enough to him who has plenty to gain and's capable of doing it.
I saw your car out there. I thought you might still be here.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready to leave. I looked for you at the complex before I left to give you a ride.
Yeah, well, I had to go someplace.
Oh. Is it too nosy of me to ask where?
No, not at all. I went to your penthouse.
The penthouse? Why?
Well, I wanted to see how Jamie was doing. And,
And what?
we had a long talk.
Inasmuch as the hour is late, I'm going to adjourn court for today. We will reconvene tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
All rise.
Blaine, will you wait a minute? I'll be with you in a moment. I want to have an extra transcript sent to the office.
Hi. How'd it go today?
I don't know. I don't think Brian got very far. Larry, where have you been? I feel like everybody's deserted me.
Oh, baby, that's not true. We're all with you. I just went back over the house. I thought I might have missed something. So where's Brian? I need to talk to him.
He went to see if he could get a transcript sent over to his office.
Okay. But you hang on a second. I'm going to see if I... Brian. Listen, how'd things go? I saw Colt walked out of here.
Yeah.
You look pretty upset.
He tried to get Judge Maxwell to put pressure on me to conclude the case.
Did you let him get away with it?
No, but the judge is allowing me one more day to finish up.
Brian, you look like something's bothering you.
It is, Larry. I mean, we have the black book. We know that Zachary had it. But that's about all we can prove right now. I think the only thing that he can get on him is to prove that he suppressed important information. We need something to prove that Zachary had a motive for killing Jordan. Something tangible that we can present, that Zachary couldn't possibly refute.
Like what?
I don't know. Look, do you think there's a chance that there's something else in Zachary's apartment we overlooked?
I could get a search warrant and find out.
I think you better do that, Larry. That's our last chance. And without something more concrete, our case could fall apart right before our eyes.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.